Them experiences.
Well done, Max.
Thank you very much.
So we are indeed moving on to the bars final. So let's find out about the world of bars from our double world bars champion herself, Beth Tweddle.
The bars is a very technical aspect, although people don't realise it's quite physically demanding as well. You need upper body strength, you need lower body strength because you need to be able to make the shapes. When you're at a World Championships, as soon as you walk out into an arena, you hear the crowd, you get the atmosphere that's going in the arena, and it gives you that adrenaline. That adrenaline does help you through your routine, but you also have to learn to control that adrenaline. That'll come with the amount of competitions that you do. As you step up, waiting for your turn, it's really nerve-wracking. You know you've done all the hours training and you've got maybe 30, 40 seconds to prove your point. Most of the time you try and tell yourself just to stay calm, do what you do in the gym. In bar finals, it's great. We've got two British girls there. We've got Ruby Harold, who's made European finals before, and we've also got Rebecca Downey, who has also made European finals. So they're both used to being out there with the pressure. They've both got a great shout at a medal. The one that everyone's going to be checking out is obviously Mustafina. She's current Olympic bar champion. She played it safe in qualification. She placed down the ranks, but she will definitely be upping her game for the bar final, and she'll be out there to win that world title. When you actually go out there and do the job that you came here to do, you can't even put into words how it feels. It's just, you're floating on cloud nine.
Here is the order of play then for the bars final at the World Championships here. Yao Yinan starting things. Guodong Kang from China, 17-year-old. Rebecca Downey goes third. She's the British bars champion. Then we've got Ruby Harold there wrapping things up. But keep an eye out for Alia Mustafina. She was first in the Olympics. She was first in the European. She's never been a world bars champion. This could be her year. Let's find out what happens with Rich Fenner and Christine Still.
Yao Yinan, who thrilled us in qualifying with unbelievable routine.
Very special little gymnast on the uneven bars. Super flight from the low bar to the high and then back down, back up there again. These gymnasts are really moving fluently between the bars. And now, here we go. This is the big move. Oh! And she performed it so well in qualification, but it's such a risky element. She's got to somersault above the bars and grasping under grasp. You can see she releases, she goes over the bar, but doesn't quite get the hand right over and peels off the bar. The judges have to decide, did she get enough of a hold for it to count? Here we have the beautiful pirouettes, the turns on one arm, 1.5 turn, into the dismount, super double straight dismount, but that will be very expensive. 1 whole mark deduction.
Such a pity for her. She thrilled us in qualifying. And it was a difficult enough skill when we first saw it from the men. The Gaylord over the bar. Come on then, Beth, what went wrong here?
She just came in too close. Her hands are so small, and obviously you just lose that grip. As soon as you lose that grip, she did well to carry on the routine and compose herself.
14.633. So the door has come slightly ajar.
And full pirouette to start into the Shaposhnikova. Back down to the low bar. This is such a popular combination from low to high and back up, but she's using the pike, the stoop in and out really well and popularly floats the Jaeger somersault, the front somersault piked. Lovely turn. Winds up here into the full twisting double back, holds the landing well. That was a good performance after she'd just seen her teammate have a problem.
That was a fabulous routine from beginning to end. Like Christine was saying, she's putting this popular combination in. So here's the beginning of her routine. Very confident start. The upstart handstand into the stoop half, full, straight into the shap.
Make up your mind there.
And there we see she has straight arms, legs together on the backswing. This is what the judges are looking for the whole way through. The Chinese are renowned for their style on bars and a great dismount, perfect landing, just the way that every gymnast wants to finish their routine. And you can see Coach very happy with that.
Fine Guidan then, making a little bit of amends for the problems of her teammate.
And she, like many of the gymnasts, are using this stoop movement quite a lot. It's very well rewarded from the judges. The code of points, which is what the judges judge from, give it a very good value. And when you add it to a pirouette as well, it jumps your start value right up. The judging system, or the judging bonus marks, are changed after every Olympics, so all the judges have just re-qualified to their eagle eye. They've just done their course, and certain little moves have been given greater emphasis, and that's one of the moves that we'll see a lot of this cycle.
Well, an impressive score, 15.4 for Huang Guidan. Is it going to be beaten?
I think that's a very tough score to be beaten, so we'll just have to see how the rest of the gymnasts, and obviously we've got our home girl here now, so we're all rooting for her.
Rebecca Downey then, 15-1 she got in qualifying. She's not that far off the pace. Let's see.
This is important. The forward element, a gymnast has to include the forward elements. Straight into the swing, up to the high bar, and then the big release and catch. Beautifully done. The clear circle into Kachev. Full pirouette. Oh, that was super. Into the Stolder, piked Kachev. Lovely combination there. She just needs to keep concentrating. The straddle Kachev again. Down to the low bar, the pack salto. Now this she needs to concentrate on. Up to the high bar, swings up with a half turn as well. Toe on and off half turn. Oh, and she just let her back go at that final moment. She went for the slightly easier combination than she sometimes trains and just overcooked it.
Yeah, she'll be slightly disappointed with that. I mean, obviously the rest of the routine had been going really well. You could just see loss of back form, and it just takes your body over that side of the bar, and then there's no coming back to it.
It looked like it though for a minute, didn't it? It really looked she was on song. What a pity.
It's one of those elements, most of the time you want loads of swing on bars, but that half turn, you want to kill the swing, don't you, Beth? And
You
just
do.
control it. Just the dismount now. There it goes. What a disappointment. She performed so well 95% of that routine.
Unfortunate though, Beth, but it does happen, doesn't it?
But it's just towards that end of the routine, was she thinking a little bit more, I'm nearly there, but do you know what, these things happen, and that is the beauty of our sport. You can never tell until the end of a routine. Normally she's so good at these turns, and unfortunately today didn't quite work out, but she looks happy. Coach was pleased with her. Her big aim was to make a final. So here's the Stolder pike catcher. Rebecca has got such great technique on these. She has such height in all of her release and catches. When she does these elements, there's not a lot to deduct. And there's the dismount with the nice landing. By that time you just think, well, I've got nothing to lose.
She really did perform the elements in the beginning of that routine as well as I've seen her do them, didn't you think, Beth?
It's such a shame. The rest of the routine was going well, and I think I was actually doing the routine with her a bit like Lewis was with Max, but Claire will be talking her through it now, but there's nothing you can do. Once you're down there, you just want to get back up and have another go.
Rebecca Downey, disappointment for her, but she's taken it very well.
With her coach Claire Starkey there, she's from the Nottingham Gymnastic Club. And actually that looked very promising to me.
Well, indeed, I thought, here we go.
She's had a great run up to these championships. She's been training really hard. I've known from all the girls that they've been really pleased with their preparation. So she will be slightly disappointed, but like she was saying in her interviews earlier, her big aim was to make that final and get her name out there.
13.8 for Rebecca Downey. What might have been. Sophie Schieder from Germany.
Now, she is the junior European bars champion. You can see those stoops in and out. Lovely controlled swing. Super pirouettes there. Would have hoped to have linked those two elements, the shoot up to the high bar. Gymnasts have to hit a straight handstand, and she's showing that very well indeed. Downswing into the Jaeger somersault, the front somersault to recatch the same bar, up to a half turn, changes the swing up into the very big high full twisting double back dismount. Really quite a nice effortless swing.
Little skip backwards though at the end, and I'll tell you what, she stayed off.
She did, and it looks like one of those finals. Who stays on will be in the medals, but she looks pleased with that routine. She is the slightly taller gymnast, so she has a different technique with her routines, but also with being a taller gymnast, you can also make things look a lot more elegant. There's the stoop full turn, straight into the stoop shap. Like we were saying earlier, this skill has been used so much because it's just rewarded so much by the by the judges. And this is the end of the routine. The stoop half, stooped into the Jaeger somersault. Nice straight arm catch. Coach is always standing there just in case as a safety precaution. There again, the stoop half into the Jaeger, and you can see the coach there just as a safety precaution. The wind-up giant into the dismount. Such a common dismount, the back in full turn.
It's interesting, it's the one area of gymnastics where the coach is allowed to stand by for safety, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, some of these gymnasts are so small. Actually, when I was stood there, I chose not to have Amanda there because I think I would have flattened her.
We'll be watching a gymnast who can call herself world champion since...
Oh, she's delighted with that.
World all-round champion.
Packed house once again.
It looked a fairly quick routine, but difficult.
14.683, and that's got her into second place.